Hey YouTube, this is your host King Gio. So I'm back with some of the Mets news. So today, wait, before I go any further, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Let's get those subscriptions up. Come on guys, this channel's gotta get up. But anyways, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and it will notify you when I, King Gio, upload a video or do my live. So don't worry about it, the live is coming soon. So, Carlos Correa said today, as you can see right there, that he said that the Mets use the same doctor. This is what's where the same doctor that the Giants use. Okay, but those words are the same words that came out of Scott Boras' mouth. And from my understanding, from what I read, as you can see here, that the Mets consulted Dr. Dracos from the Hospital of Special Surgery, which I told you that's the hospital that the Mets use, and it's one of the best hospitals there is for bones. The orthopedic doctor Dracos, and he did consult with the doctor of the Giants. That's just a consult. You know, doctors do consults and say, "What do you think? What did you see?" Or maybe perhaps he couldn't tell him because of the HIPAA law what he saw, but maybe he could have given him an opinion. And when Dr. Dracos saw the MRI, he said maybe he saw something that, you know what, this is not going to last very long. You know, this is not something that's going to, you know, people tend to, you know, Scott Boras is an agent. Scott Boras is going to protect his own. So, you know, Scott Boras is going to say, anyone can say this. You know, he's been playing for 9 years with the ankle and no injury. But we got to understand that that's a metal plate, guys. And that metal plate shifts. Like if you had a plate in your back or whatever, it shifts from side to side. And by you playing regularly, it's, you know, you can play every day for 162 games, and if you go to the playoffs, it'll be even more. That's going to tend to shift. That's going to tend to make some sort of movement. So what if in those 9 years that he's been playing, that shifted a little and said, you know what, if this shifts a little bit, 2 degrees here, 2 degrees there, 3 degrees here, 1 degree there, half a degree here, that ankle's gone. You know? Because those things tend to shift, especially when you're playing a shortstop position. You're playing every day. You know, you throw yourself on the ground, you're moving to the left, you're moving to the right, you know, you're moving to the forward, you're moving back. You gotta remember that when you run, your ankle goes up and down. So that plate, it's not, you know, that's not sealed there, you know. You just can't, you just can't weld it there and it'll stay welded forever. It shifts because that's a plate. So maybe the doctor, when they saw the MRI, saw something that, because as you can see, it says here that Dr. Dracos examined Correa for 2 days. That means probably took his leg, moved it around, this and that. But that's movement. That's movement there. You know, you could take my finger and say, you know, King Gio, your finger's going to be all right, okay? It looks good, it feels good. But then when they look at the MRI, they say, whoa, King Gio, after I saw your MRI, this looks pretty bad. It looks like this is going to deteriorate after a few years. So, I mean, I do this. That's, you know, that's what they saw. You know, and for Scott Boras to say MRIs are no good, he should be ashamed of himself. I know he's protecting his client, but he shouldn't say that because every exam that you take, you have to get an MRI, CAT scan, everything. I mean, you get a heart attack. What do? They do an MRI. They do a scan to find out of your heart. You know, and they say, you know, this is going on. Do a CAT scan of your head, of your arm, whatever. That's how doctors determine. Besides blood work, but this is beyond blood work. You can't do a blood work on his ankle. Besides blood work, the other best option that you can do is, when it comes to an organ or a bone, is an MRI. And an MRI shows you what's going inside your body. You know? And that is a metal plate. So, guys, for what it's worth, look, everybody's talking about how the Mets lucked out. I was watching a program yesterday on YouTube where they were talking about why Steve Cohen didn't shell out the $205 million and let Minnesota take him for for $200 million. Why is he? If he gave Verlander $80-some odd million for 2 years, which is true, and you gave Scherzer that money, why wouldn't you give Carlos Correa 205? You didn't let Minnesota beat you. That in a sense makes sense. But what people don't understand is that they say that Steve Cohen is a billionaire. He could do, he can afford, even though he's a billionaire, he could afford to lose $200 million. But you don't want to lose $200 million. I mean, they say he makes up to $1 billion a year, but that's not the point. He can absorb the hit of $200 million, but you want that player to play for you for a while. You could do 5 years, 6 years. You could say maybe Correa's echo will last, but we don't know. We don't know what to say. Guy that it doesn't happen. He gets hurt in the baseball classic, or he gets hurt during the season. There goes Minnesota. Okay, and I want to say to everybody out there, let's not forget, even though he's not a fan favorite, but Eduardo Escobar last year batted a little bit the same as Carlos Correa. The only difference I would say there would be in average. All right? Carlos Correa hit 22 home runs. Eduardo Escobar hit 20. I think Carlos Correa got 67 and 69 RBIs. And Eduardo Escobar got 66. So it's the same thing. And Eduardo Escobar did it one time, hit 35 home runs, and drove in 109 RBIs. Carlos Correa has never done that. Okay? And this guy has hit 20 he's hit 20 home runs in a couple of occasions, a couple of seasons. So why are we worrying about if we had Correa or not? We're worrying about a lifetime 279 hitter who hits 20 home runs and gets 66 RBIs? Really? Is that what we worry about? People say, oh, that he would have brought Splash and this is the Mets. Yeah, we had Reyes for that. We could have gone after Trey Turner, but the Mets wanted, they said they wanted Trey Turner, but they wanted him to play the outfield, center field. But think about it. Next year we can get Machado. Next year we can get Ohtani. I haven't seen Ohtani play, and I don't know what's the big deal with him. I mean, I know he could pitch and play the outfield, but why are people so enamored with this guy? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. But I want to let Beatty play at third base. I'm gonna let Eduardo Escobar. I am confused. Eduardo Escobar do his job at third base and see where it takes us. I mean, he took us to 101 games, and you know that he's going to hit good this year because he's going to prove to them, as you guys wanted to trade me, and then Beatty's going to come back. Hopefully that kid will do good. So let's give it a chance. Yeah, we do need another bat because we're not going to do nothing with we're not going to do nothing with Vogelbach as a DH. We're not doing nothing with Ruff as DH. I don't know why they gave up on Dominic Smith. So you're gonna tell me that Vogelbach and Ruff are better hitters than Dominic Smith? No, they're not. You could have put Dominic Smith to hit. You could have put Dominic Smith to hit DH. In case if Alonso got hurt, you had him at first base, which Dominic Smith is a better defensive first baseman, and to me a better hitter than Alonso. Alonso just hits a lot of home runs and a lot of doubles, but that's neither here or there. But we will see what's going on. We will see how this is going to see, and we'll see how far Carlos Correa and the Minnesota Twins go, because he ain't going to go far with that. Because Carlos Correa you could tell that was for money, because he could have said, you know what, I'm going to lose $47 million, but I'm going to go to a winning team. I'm going to go to a team that's going to win in now, because that's what the Mets are doing. The Mets got to win now. Because they got Verlander and Scherzer for a lot of money. Scherzer for 2 years, and Scherzer for 3, and Verlander for 2, and Scherzer you opt out. So you paid a lot of money for these two old timers, and you have to win now. This is a now situation win. So I be Buck Showalter to start stealing, I start bunting, I start doing all that. So you can win more than 101 games, and you could win the division, and you don't have to go to the wild card and win 3 out of 5. You know, so we have to play good. I mean, like I said, the ball's you gotta hit the ball, and the ball may fall wherever it may fall. It's gonna fall wherever it may fall, but we have to play good. We have to pitch good. You know, Robertson's got to pitch. Sure, I got to pitch. Verlander's got to pitch. Kenji's got to pitch. Okay, these are the players that's got to pitch, and I forgot the other guy that they got. I forgot his name, but they got to pitch. That's simple. We have to. I mean, the Mets gave a lot. The Mets gave a lot of money to Edgardo Diaz, a reliever. They gave him 100. That's a lot of money, bro. A lot. So we're just gonna see. And I just, Carlos Correa should just stop talking and just play your game. That's what you gotta do, man. Play your game and we're gonna play ours.